Hey gamers, if you're a fan of roguelike games, then you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to share the best roguelike games that you should play in 2024. Please note that in my channel we only talk about action games, then the roguelike genre we will talk about is only action roguelike games. And I know some of these games in early access, but all I know is that these games are great to play in this 2024. Before we go into the list, I want to say thank you to Galactic Glitch for sponsoring this video. Galactic Glitch is a sci-fi roguelike shooter with physics. The game delivers fast and satisfying combat with polished and fluid gameplay that keeps things fresh and exciting. You can throw enemies at other enemies, toss bombs at foes, or even launch enemies into explosives. The possibilities are endless. The different weapon types and upgrades feel unique, keeping you always on the hunt for the next best gear. Even in its early access stage, the game already feels like a finished product. And the excitement doesn't stop there. On October 9th, the game is getting a massive update that includes a new weapon evolution system, 3 new levels, lots of new enemies, 2 new mini-bosses, over 20 new powers, 3 unique weapons, and revamped character art. Amazing! What's even more exciting is that the game will be discounted by 25%, bringing the price to under $10. So, what are you waiting for? Go check out Galactic Glitch in the link description below and prepare yourself in this thrilling fast-paced sci-fi roguelike shooter that will blow your mind. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Nightfall Comes is a top-down roguelite action game that centers around 4 unique characters who gather in a mysterious castle, driven by their final ties to a world that has vanished. Each character offers a distinct playstyle. Some excel at precise parrying and dodging, while others thrive in chaotic reckless combat. What makes Nightfall Comes stand out is its crisp responsive combat. Each hit feels impactful, and dodging or parrying at the right time becomes second nature as you progress. The castle remains a constant throughout your journey, but the enemies, environments, and pathways you encounter shift with every run, ensuring no 2 expeditions feel the same. This unpredictability combined with a permanent progression system allows you to unlock upgrades and discover new artifacts, making each attempt feel rewarding, even in defeat. Shoulders of Giants is a fast-paced third-person roguelite that blends action, shooting, and strategy in a visually vibrant world. You play as a unique combo of a gun-wielding frog perched on top of a sword-swinging robot, facing off against the forces of entropy across multiple procedurally generated planets. With intense melee and ranged combat, the game offers a dynamic experience where you hack, slash, and shoot through waves of enemies. The game also offers co-op for up to 4 players, promising even more chaos and teamwork, though the solo experience is fantastic on its own. If you're a fan of roguelikes and looking for something fun to play solo or with friends, Shoulders of Giants is a must-try. The Spell Brigade is a game where quirky magical heroes defend against waves of bizarre enemies, from tiny bugs and giant spiders to crabs and even a massive tentacled boss. Gameplay is straightforward. Use WASD or a controller to move while your hero auto-attacks enemies. Collect XP orbs to level up, gaining stat boosts and new spells like the Arcane Broadsword. The game features various quests, such as surviving waves of enemies, charging rifts, or taking down the final boss, a tentacle-covered goober summoning deadly obelisks. The Spell Brigade supports up to 4-player co-op, with friendly fire adding an extra layer of chaos to the mix, and also, multiplayer co-op allows up to 4 players, adding strategy with friendly fire mechanics. If you're into fast-paced, strategic gameplay with loads of enemy waves and spellcasting chaos, the Spell Brigade is worth a try. Into the Necrovale is a captivating blend of ARPG and roguelike gameplay, delivering fast-paced combat paired with a diverse array of unique weapons and abilities. The strategic use of the hope meter enhances the experience, as players must carefully manage this resource to avoid significant consequences while navigating the dungeons. The gear system is robust, allowing players to customize their characters with various equipment that provides distinct stats and abilities. Each dungeon is short but challenging, filled with random loot, boss fights, and unlockable items like hope stones that aid progression. Now that the game has left early access, players can enjoy a polished experience with ongoing content updates from the developers. Dwarven Realms is a $10 indie ARPG on Steam that offers surprisingly deep gameplay with a lot of customization options. It features spammable abilities, auto-attack, and endless dashing, making combat fast-paced and exciting. Players can craft, upgrade gear, and choose different builds like spear, ranged, or bow setups. The visuals are charming, with tons of cosmetics, including free ones honoring ARPG streamers. Created by two brothers on a small budget, the game has improved significantly since its alpha and has a passionate community. If you're into action roguelike, Dwarven Realms provides great value for its price and is perfect for ARPG fans.
Let's go.
Kill Knight is a tough-as-nails twin-stick shooter game where you play as a cursed knight on a mission to slay the last angel. The game's difficulty is brutal, but it's also what makes it so addicting, with a deep combat system that mixes shooting, melee attacks, and special abilities. The more you play, the more you discover, like active reloading, parries, and execution moves that add layers of strategy. Each stage has multiple difficulty modes and objectives, but there are only 5 stages overall, which makes the game feel a bit short. However, the large stages, online leaderboards, and unlockable armor sets give it a lot of replay value. If you're up for a challenge and enjoy a fast-paced, skill-based shooter, Kill Knight will keep you hooked. Realm of Ink is a new roguelite available on Steam in early access, offering fast-paced combat and challenging boss fights similar to Hades. Players control Red the Swordswoman, who has 9 unique forms, each with different abilities, making combat feel fresh every run. The game features 22 ink gem skills and 15 ink pets that enhance your attacks and strategies, giving plenty of options for customization. With 4 acts, 8 bosses, and endless mode, there's a lot of content to explore, even with only 50% of the story currently available. The vibrant art style makes each biome visually unique, while the upgrade system lets players improve their ink gems and abilities.
The heroes of the Ravenswatch are our last.
Ravenswatch is a roguelike action RPG that blends fairy tales and fables, letting you play as characters like Little Red Riding Hood and Beowulf. You fight off enemies across randomly generated maps, completing quests, and progressing through different nightmares. The gameplay revolves around prepping for a big boss fight over 3 in-game days, gathering resources, and leveling up your character. Combat is varied, with each hero having their own attacks, ultimate abilities, and special mechanics, like Scarlet turning into a werewolf at night. You can also play solo or co-op with friends, which adds a fun layer to the experience. Ravenswatch offers an engaging mix of roguelike and action RPG elements perfect for killing time or playing with friends. Halls of Torment has launched its 1.0 version, and it's a must-play for fans of survival-based games like Vampire Survivors. The game challenges you to survive 30-minute waves of enemies and bosses, with plenty of upgrades and items to keep things fresh. You'll collect gear from chests, gain powerful abilities from scrolls, and improve your stats like damage and health as you level up. After each run, you can spend gold on permanent upgrades, and as you progress, you'll unlock new characters. The game offers a nostalgic Diablo-like vibe with its visuals and enemy designs, adding to the immersive experience. There's tons of replayability, with quests, different maps, and a variety of weapons and abilities. For just a few bucks on Steam, Halls of Torment is a fantastic deal with endless hours of content. Witchfire is an early access game developed by the Astronauts, the creators of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. This first-person shooter combines elements of roguelike and Souls-like games, set in a stunning world of medieval horror. The gameplay features tight mechanics, including dodging, melee attacks, and spells, making battles engaging and challenging. Players take on the role of a super soldier from the Vatican, tasked with rooting out a witch's coven while progressing through beautifully crafted maps. The game has a compelling progression system where players unlock new spells and weapons by collecting tokens from defeated enemies. Additionally, it encourages exploration and strategic planning, as players can choose upgrades from a selection after each run. Wizard of Legend 2 is a fast-paced action game that's well worth the $25 price tag, especially if you enjoy telegraphed combat and dodging with precision. The gameplay revolves around using 3 starting spells, Basic, Ultimate, and Standard, while unlocking even more as you progress. Players can equip up to 5 spells, with manageable cooldowns that promote a high actions per minute style of play. With 6 elements, fire, wind, earth, electric, water, and ice, with spells that can synergize for massive damage. The progression system allows players to earn currency to purchase and augment spells, keeping gameplay fresh and rewarding. It supports 2-player multiplayer, adding a fun cooperative element. Overall, Wizard of Legend 2 offers an engaging experience for those seeking fast-paced combat and a rich variety of spells.
The Witch of the Sands. Will you prove yourself?
Nova Drift is a captivating game that combines the nostalgia of classic arcade shooters with the endless fun of modern roguelikes. It features deep RPG mechanics in a procedurally generated universe, ensuring each run feels unique. The game offers over 150 upgrades for your ship, allowing for endless customization and experimentation with various builds. Now out of early access, Nova Drift includes structured boss battles and challenges alongside its iconic endless survival mode, increasing its replayability. However, the absence of a global leaderboard and limited content beyond the endless mode may be drawbacks for some. And overall, Nova Drift is a shining example of indie game development, making it a must-play for fans of arcade shooters and roguelikes alike. Lost Castle 2 is an exciting sequel to the original game, immersing players in a vibrant 2D beat-em-up roguelike adventure. You play as a novice treasure hunter, joining your guild to conquer the mysterious dark castle filled with hidden riches and ancient secrets. One of the standout aspects is its cooperative play mode, allowing up to 3 players to team up and tackle challenges together, enhancing the fun. With over 200 types of armor and weapons to choose from, players can strategize their approaches to combat. If you're looking for a new challenge, definitely check out Lost Castle 2 and see why it's creating such a buzz in the gaming community. Windblown is a roguelike action game from Motion Twin, the creators of Dead Cells, but with an isometric viewpoint and faster-paced combat. Set on a floating village called the Ark, players, known as Leapers, battle sentinels emerging from a vortex in a loop of dashing, fighting, dying, and upgrading. The game's vibrant art style, reminiscent of Ratchet and Clank mixed with Bastion, makes for a colorful, energetic experience. Combat is fast, involving combos, switching between 2 weapons, and using special powers, keeping battles engaging. While it's still in early access and has room to grow, Windblown shows promise with its fun, chaotic gameplay, and cooperative multiplayer. Overall, it's shaping up to be an exciting roguelike worth keeping an eye on. Streets of Rogue 2, this time, instead of the more straightforward mission-based structure, the game throws you into a massive open world. This sequel promises a world that's 10,000 times larger than the first, with procedurally generated environments and handcrafted buildings. You'll be driving vehicles, exploring cities, forests, islands, and even cruising along highways packed with over 60 types of intersections. It's a chaotic, free-form playground where anything can happen. Players can engage in everything from chaotic combat to peaceful farming and building, adding variety to the gameplay. The wide range of unique characters and 4-player co-op mode returns, ensuring lots of replayability. With the blend of immersive sim elements and roguelike chaos, Streets of Rogue 2 offers endless possibilities for experimentation. And don't forget the most anticipated roguelike, Hades 2. Hades 2 is currently in early access, but it impressively captures the essence of its predecessor while introducing fresh elements. Players take on the role of Milanoe, Zagreus' sister, who brings her own unique play style with a revamped combat system. Unlike Zagreus, Milanoe has a sprint ability instead of multiple dashes, which adds a new layer to the gameplay. The game enhances combat with a magic system featuring Omega attacks, allowing for powerful offensive techniques. Hades 2 also excels in its diverse regions, offering varied environments and challenges that keep each run feeling unique. Additionally, players can engage in meaningful interactions with NPCs, deepening their connection to the story and characters. Overall, Hades 2 is a robust sequel that promises to expand and improve as it approaches its full release. And that's it for today. What do you think about this list? I know there are new roguelike games out there that I haven't mentioned yet. Feel free to tell us your favorite that you think deserve a spot here. Don't forget to like this video, and make sure you subscribe this channel if you don't want to miss another amazing list. And as always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.